Oh, perfect. All right, thank you for joining me today. In this video, we're going to continue with our exercise in which I present you with 4 sentences. Embedded within each of those 4 sentences are going to be multiple errors related to things like related to syntax, spelling, punctuation, and grammar. I'm going to read the sentence or each sentence aloud to you. Ask that you pause the video to make any and all corrections that you're able to identify. And once you feel like you're ready to go, please resume and we will correct it together. As always, if you feel as though the corrections I've made don't align with your own, or if you have a challenge to some of the decisions I've made in the editing, please feel free to add your contributions or your suggestions in the comment section of the video below to kind of open up a dialogue and perhaps, finesse these sentences even better than, they were presented on video. All right, let's go ahead and jump into our first sentence, which I will read aloud to you. This sentence reads, "The frightened child clung to his mother's leg and refused to go with the nurse." I will say, just as a hint, some of the spellings of the words I read are phonetic, and they may not be spelled in the true sense. All right, with that being said, go ahead and pause, make your corrections, and of course resume when you're ready to go through it with me. Excuse me. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Let me just make sure that I've got the correct tool, which I do. Perfect. All right, starting at the beginning of the sentence, I can see I've got the definite article referring to the frightened child. However, it is the beginning of a sentence, and unfortunately now it's lowercase. So I know that to go through and to show that I need to capitalize the first word of my sentence. All right, so now we have capital T, the frightened child, cling to him mother's leg. Now we are referring to the child, and we know in this case that he is a male. However, I'm using the incorrect pronoun. I want to be more reflexive and say his mother's, as in she possesses the leg, as it is written now without the apostrophe s that would show possession. It is currently written as a plural, meaning I have more than one woman who is the mother, multiple mothers. Really, I intend for the sentence to read only as a singular mother, so one mother, who owns this pair of legs. So the frightened child clung to his mother's to show ownership of the legs and refused to go with the nurse. Now, ER does produce the sound, however, we're looking for the UR. N-U-R-S-E, the nurse. And then we are ending with a period as we are just making a statement. All right, I believe we are done. Let's go ahead and switch over to the second sentence. Apologies for the discrepancies in the font size. Okie doke, I will read the sentence aloud to you. So we're having a desert party in the cafeteria to collect money for band instruments. Again, please pause the video, make your corrections, resume when ready. Excuse me. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So we're having. First word of the sentence is capitalized, looks good. I'm hearing the sound were, however, it is the incorrect variation of that word. So were should be the contraction form, so we, which is our base word, plus the word are. So the contraction should read, we apostrophe re, for we are having a desert party. Now, looking at the word having, when I want to produce the gerund of any word, so let's say the base word ends with an E, you're going to drop the E and replace it instead with ing to produce the gerund. So it should be written as having, so we are having, a desert party in the cafeteria. Now this is more contextual, but if we are in a cafeteria, let me go ahead and switch back to my writing utensil. Okay, when we are in a cafeteria, this is an area where you are traditionally eating food. And in a cafeteria, if I'm going to throw a desert party, and desert refers to like an arid or dry region of land, like a desert in Arizona or the Mojave Desert. Whereas, again, based on context, if I know I'm going to be in an area where there's food involved, I likely mean to use the word dessert, which has a double consonant, 2 S's, dessert, like cakes and puddings and sweets. So we're having, let me go back to reread, so we're having a dessert party in the cafeteria to collect. To is being written as an adverb, as in it's showing the extent of something. And you could argue that, well, to refers to collect, which is an action. However, the extent of collecting is not determined by this stressor. Instead, it really should be more the preposition to collect, like for the purpose of collecting in this case. So to collect money for band instruments, period. We're just making a statement, therefore it just requires a period. All right, believe we're good on this, so let's go ahead and switch over to the third sentence. All right, well, let's go ahead and I'll read aloud to you. All right, Ming Li is the mostest talented artist in Miss Jackson's drawing and painting class. Again, please pause, make your corrections, and resume when ready. Excuse me. Okay. Looking first at the beginning of the sentence, it does start with a capital. I notice also that Ming Li is a proper noun, therefore requires capital letters, and in both cases that is present, so that's good. Ming Li is the mostest. Now here we have est, which is what's called a superlative. When you add est to a word, it shows like you were the most of something. Like for instance, if I had the base word tall and you were the most in the group, you would be the tallest. That would be its superlative form. However, most in itself exists as a superlative. So it should just read Ming Li is the most, not mostest. Since again, it's already a superlative, there's no need to add est to, I guess, double the superlative, which doesn't happen. So again, Ming Li is the most talented artist in Ms., which is our title. However, it's an abbreviated title for an unmarried woman. Anytime you have an abbreviation of any title, you always follow it with a period. The next word after that in English is usually the surname. So following a title is a surname or a last name. In this case, it's Jackson. It is a name, therefore, proper noun, should be capitalized. So talented artist in Miss Jackson's. I'm not referring to a multitude of Jacksons. I'm referring to a single Jackson. In this case, we're referring to her drawing and painting class. So again, so to showcase possession or ownership, I know to use apostrophe S. So let me go back and add that apostrophe S. So it's Miss Jackson's notice drawing, W-R for that blend, right? We have the consonant blend R. Drawing for the gerund. And painting class. Again, we're just making a general statement, so I'm going to go ahead and conclude it or punctuate it with a period at the end. All right, and I believe we're good with this, so let's go ahead and jump to our fourth and final sentence. Let me go ahead and stop my share. Yeah, that is. Let me go ahead and stop my share. See if it saves. Perfect, it saved. All right, so unfortunately it was only the 3 sentences, as the fourth one I included was from a prior video, and rather than be repetitive, I decided just to stick to the 3. So again, thank you for joining me today. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like, I would appreciate it. And if you would also like to see additional content like this, I encourage you to subscribe. As always, thank you, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. All right, bye.